Yo, 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 welcome to another episode of Kicking It with Rob. This
Let
is
me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob. Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kick it with my nigga Rob.
season three. Season 3. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to put some claps or something there for me, Miguel. Goddamn it, when we, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, season 3, man. This season, we want to do more interviews. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't know. I just want to do more interviews. I kind of reached out on the platforms about it. But today, well, I'm sorry. I got to introduce everybody. We got my man Drew. I'm
All
sorry.
day long. What's going on? You know what I'm saying, people?
Kind of excited. You know what I'm saying? We got the fabulous Renee.
What up, Zo, everybody?
And you know me, Rob. And today's guest, I consider him family. You know, I consider him family. Been knowing him since I was yay high. You know what I'm saying? But today we got Dr. Herman Glass in the building.
Thank you,
We-
Rob. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming
Good
by.
to see you, man.
So, tell the people a little bit about yourself, Doc, if you would.
I'm Dr. Herman Glass, chiropractor for more than 40 years, and I was one of the first African-American chiropractors in the city of Detroit, and the first African-American doctor in 1988 to be appointed to the Board of Examiners in Lansing. There's 5 doctors that sit on the board in Lansing that govern all the chiropractors in the state. So I was the one doctor to break the color barrier of that system and served for 2 terms in that legislative capacity for the Chiropractic Medical Board. And happy to do that. My clinic is right at 8 Mile in Southfield, actually 3 blocks east of the Southfield Freeway. I've been on that corner for 39 years. I bought that building 39 years ago from some Caucasian doctors that were fleeing to the suburbs, and I wanted to make sure my clinic was in the city. And matter of fact, my father used to be a head trustee at Hartford Avenue Baptist Church, and I wanted to make sure my clinic was near the church so we could serve the free medical clinic there along with the medical doctors and add in chiropractic care. Now, Rob has informed me that chiropractic care is being included in the UAW contract, and it's very strong. So that's why I wanted to come and acknowledge that and make sure that your listening audience knew that the chiropractors are available. I'm past president of our National Black Chiropractors Association. So if any of the listening audience out there wants to call me, I'll give out my number. You can call directly to my clinic and leave a voicemail message anytime, night or day. Just mention Rob's show and Drew and Renee, of course, and give them credit. My number is 313 area code 533-2225. 533-2225. You can call and mention the show, and we'll do something special for you. Now, if you need referrals outside of Detroit, I've got connections with other chiropractors around the metropolitan area. So I'm not selfish. I can definitely refer for that. But yeah, thank you for having me, Rob, and I'm here to give you any information you would like related to the holistic side of medicine and chiropractic care.
Dope. That's 533 back. I never forget that. I never forget that. My grandma, it's 533 back. But I see you still got the little spine thing too. Yeah, the key chain. But we put that,
look, okay.
My grandma had a long time. We put that information on the screen for you too. But I want to ask you, what school did you study out of?
Well, I'm an Oakland University graduate, a Grizzly. I was back there in the old days. I'm 70 years old, so I was back there in 1971 when there was only a handful of black students on campus. But we still have a very tight Black Alumni Association with Oakland University, and we get together at least a couple times a year. And then matriculated from Atlanta. The largest chiropractic university is in Atlanta, and that's where I matriculated with my graduate program and my clinical work downtown Atlanta.
Okay. So, Doc, tell us, why was chiropractor your field of choice?
Well, it's kind of a roundabout story. Again, going back to my father, my dad used to run one of the black hospitals, and you guys are too young, you can't relate. Back in the 40s and 50s, there were only black hospitals. We could not go to Henry Ford or Providence. So my dad used to run black hospitals back in the day, and then I grew up in the medical field, and most of my cousins are medical physicians. One of my cousins just retired. He was chief anesthesiologist at one of the major hospitals, but I was the only family member that wanted to go into holistic medicine. And my dad, of course, being strictly medical, he was the first black commissioner of Detroit hospitals back in the 60s. This was before Coleman Young. So he paved the way. So I really was interested in more of a natural approach to healthcare back when I was younger. So I went to research that, and the chiropractor is the only licensed healthcare professional, only licensed doctor that doesn't use pharmaceutical medicine.
I didn't know
Your dentist does, your foot doctor does, your medical doctor, everyone else. So that's why chiropractic was kind of late to the game, because the pharmaceutical industry pushed back on chiropractic, even though it's been around since the 1800s as an established profession. But because it did not feed into the profit margin of the mainstream of pharmaceutical medicine, it was pushed back. But with doctors like myself and a number of doctors who pushed forward back in the day, we're included in all the major insurance companies now, Blue Cross and Medicare, Medicaid, and of course with UAW contracts. But go ahead,
I
Renee.
have a question, because I'm interested in the holistic piece of it. So
Yes.
what made you get into that study? Because a lot of us don't really even think about natural healing. So can you talk to us about that?
Well, it happened when I was young. My older brother was pretty health conscious. So, I mean, this is back when I was a kid. He would juice carrot juice and do a number of things that were holistic minded. So, back in the 70s, he moved out to California, and I would go out and visit my big brother. And in California, they had a lot of more natural things rather than Midwest and everything. And became interested in pursuing the medical side of holistic medicine, which is chiropractic, because they are the only licensed doctor that pursues that natural approach to healing, along with the alignment. And, we can line Drew up and do some do some spinal manipulation, but the chiropractor also emphasizes the holistic part to stay well.
Right.
I tell patients all the time, I mean, we've got an herbal supplements, we've got herbal liquids. I said, let's take some of these things that I'm going to prescribe to you to stay well, rather than you trying to take something after you get sick. Let's stay well and see if we can stay well long enough before you have to go and take some medication just to stay alive.
Right.
Why don't we talk about that part more? Why don't we push the holistic view to heal?
Well, again, it goes back to
Pharmacy, money.
Profit margin. I mean, pharmaceutical industry kind of runs medicine. I mean, they fund major things. I mean, when you look at most hospital complexes, the things that are centered to make more money are usually orthopedic, cardiology, big cancer centers. So the holistic side of medicine is kind of pushed aside. But the reason that it's become more prevalent now is not because of the major health systems or the major hospitals. It's because the patients have demanded it. And doctors like me, we're busy all the time because the patients are looking for that holistic alternative. And then myself, I'm the only chiropractor that's part of the Detroit Medical Society, our medical association. So I'm educating some of the medical physicians on the alternatives, and as they refer patients, because they, say, well, I know Dr. Glass will refer some patients to him, and the patients do well, then it opens their eyes for further referrals. And then their patients are asking for those alternatives. So if they come in with Dr. Glass and staff, we're going to treat them for the diagnosis that their primary care doctor may have sent them in for.
Okay.
But we're also going to turn them on to the holistic side of medicine to stay well
Right.
and see if we can keep them well rather than them just going down a road and, well, I'll wait until this disease comes or whatever,
I like that.
But we emphasize getting your screenings, your screenings with your primary care doctors. Because I work with so many primary care doctors and emphasize getting your screenings. And then when your primary care doctor may refer you to me for a neuromusculoskeletal problem, an alignment problem, and then we'll turn them on to a wellness approach also.
Okay.
So look, we kind of text back, well, not back and forth. We texted about this yesterday because we were just kind of on the subject. Where I told you some of the people wanted to know about our chiropractors.
Yeah,
doctors.
And that's what I just addressed. We are the only licensed doctor, physician that does not use pharmaceutical medicine. So a lot of times people would think of us on the same level as maybe a therapist. But no, I refer patients to therapists, PT, OT. The therapist has to follow a script specifically from the primary care doctor or from us. We refer patients from injuries or accidents. But the chiropractor is on a different level. We can just take intake patients with, just like Rob was showing me his insurance, Blue Cross PPO. I don't need a referral. We can, I'm a profile doctor with Blue Cross. We can intake the patient without the referral and then send their primary care doctor a report on what we have diagnosed. Different than the therapist following a script from the primary care or the referring doctor, following that script and then making their assessment and then returning it back. We can make the initial assessment.
So what would be some of the services, like the most popular services that a person would come in to see a chiropractor
Well,
for?
70% of the patients come in with symptoms of lower back pain, okay? Other patients may come in with carpal tunnel or neck pain or shoulder pain or mid-back pain, but most of the patients come in with lower back pain. Matter of fact, 7 out of 10 people living will have some type of lower back pain during their lifetime. 7 out of 10.
Are we sitting wrong? What we doing?
Well, I mean, a number of different habits. You may fall asleep on the couch. You may, as you get older, you have what's called arthritis and degenerative arthritis of the spine. I mean, you guys are too young, but at my age, and I'm part of, sharing with Rob, I'm part of the Black Ski Association, part of the Jim Dandy Ski Club. We have the oldest black ski club in the country here in Detroit. So I'm still a ski racer. I'm a downhill slalom racer.
You know ski?
Yeah, he just showed me too.
But I race with some of the older guys, and we all have some arthritic complications. But the key is I always bring in the stretching exercises. Me being the chiropractor of the Jim Dandy Ski Club, I show these skiers how to stretch before you have your activities. And matter of fact, as we get older, we forget about stretching. When you were in high school, your coach would never let you do anything unless you stretch. But then you get in college or you're out of college and profession, you just work, and you're doing your thing. You don't think about stretching. But you got to look at dogs and cats or lions and tigers, anything. What do they do when they get up? They don't miss it. If you're a pet at home, when that pet gets up, it stretches.
Yep.
So we start out, and one of the preventive things with my clinic after we align your back is to give you a protocol for specific stretches for your particular problem.
So I would think too, as the older you get, it seems like you would need to stretch even more.
Yes, it is a fact. The older you get, you have to stretch more. When you're younger, like you guys, you don't really think about it yet, but you still should be stretching on a preventive basis. But an older guy like me, I'm 70 years old. An older guy like me, I don't miss stretching. I stretch every single morning because I practice what I preach. Okay, so that's why I can still do the things I do, ski and scuba dive and play golf twice a week with the guys and just have a good time. Still using an older body, but very active.
Yeah, because I don't think we can keep up with you. You're a ski racer. I don't think.
And scuba
I've
diving.
never skied before, so that's why I'm looking at him. Like, how are you doing this?
Yeah.
So to address the myths of going to the chiropractor, meaning, you got some people who like, man, I ain't going there. You might end up paralyzed, and it's,
No, if you look at the statistics, and doctors carry malpractice insurance. Whether you go to your surgeon and something happens, every doctor is human, so every surgery does not work exactly how it should or the outcome. Every adjustment may not work exactly how it should, but you have to look at statistics on, and this is going to be a little astounding, but whoever pays the most malpractice insurance has the most risk. And chiropractors pay less malpractice insurance than your dentist.
Oh, wow.
So statistically, and see, part of the whole negative part with holistic care or chiropractors is that, again, we're the only doctors that don't feed into the mainstream pharmaceutical system. So the chiropractors have always been ostracized with not feeding into that system. Matter of fact, back in, I think it was the 50s or early 60s, the International Chiropractic Association sued the American Medical Association, AMA, and won because prior to, I think, 61 or whatever, your medical doctor could not refer to a chiropractor. I mean, this is back before you guys were around. And so they had to sue in order to get that right to collaborate and become part of the system.
It almost seemed like being recognized, as if chiropractors had to fight to even be recognized to be
There you
part
go.
of the
There
medical
you go.
group.
Yeah.
Like,
There you go.
Wow.
There you go. It almost felt like being the black sheep
Yeah,
or black folks in the medical field.
Yeah.
But there were so few African Americans in the chiropractic field.
Right.
And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to go into the field and being involved in the holistic side of medicine and being interested in that. But then being one of the first blacks, Matter of fact, a short story. When I was in California, before I matriculated into the graduate program for the Chiropractic University, I was visiting Los Angeles Chiropractic College, right downtown Los Angeles. So there was only like a couple black students. I was just taking a tour and everything. And I was telling one of the residents that was finishing up, I said, well, I've got the grades. I'm not sure if I want to go dentistry or chiropractic. And he said, I challenge you to go back to Detroit as African-American, as black as Detroit is, a strong black town. It was back in, I think, 1978 when I was out there. He said, try to find a black chiropractor. So my other brother, my one brother was in California, my other brother, a lawyer in Detroit. And I said, well, told my brother, I said, are there any black chiropractors, around? And he found one. And he was on Dexter Boulevard, Dr. Bernard Matthews. He's deceased now. But then I became his vice president of the National Black Chiropractors Association.
Oh,
So
wow.
we,
Wow,
you know,
wow, wow.
but I visited him and got some information on the chiropractic field, and it was very eye opening for the holistic side of what I wanted to do.
What's the range of holistic remedies or views? I don't know how I should say it that a person could actually educate themselves on. Like, because I'm sure because I have a girlfriend, and the reason I'm probably asking it wrong, but I have a girlfriend who believes you heal your body from the inside out. So her mind, whatever you got going on, there is something herbal, holistic that can heal you.
We have to realize modern medicine, pharmaceutical medicine, is only a few hundred years old, but Chinese medicine is 3,000 years old. So that was the original medicine. We even have, as past president of the American Black Chiropractors Association, we did research even on the hieroglyphics in Egypt, and the doctor working on the pharaoh. There were depictions carved in where the doctor was working on the back in the ancient days.
Because we see those images. Don't we have those, like some of those images in school books or something that we seen? Was that kind of what we would see?
Yeah,
Like
I mean, in the hieroglyphics, and
hieroglyphics.
Chinese medicine goes back even further than that.
Yeah.
So part of the herbal medicine part of my practice, is so phenomenal in helping patients. I mean, I've got a handful of patients in their 90s, and being a chiropractor, it's about keeping the patients moving. I mean, my 90-plus-year-old, my oldest patient is 97, but my goal is with them is to keep them out of the wheelchair so they can stay independent. And none of them are on, none of them even on a walker except for one. They're just on a cane.
Oh,
So
wow.
being a chiropractor, and then again, I'm going to give out my number again for the young people also.
Yeah. Throw it on the
Call
screen.
Dr. Glass at 313-533-2225 and mention the podcast, mention Rob, 533-2225. Just leave a message because the staff's already gone, but leave me a message.
So we hear about the myths, but what are some of the benefits of it? What are some of the benefits of chiropractic?
Well, the key is that the spine and healing from the inside out, as Renee was saying, modern medicine, to this day, your body has to heal itself. You can add in medicine to take down the infection, to mitigate the symptoms, but the body has to be in a healing state to recover. Otherwise, you're not going to recover. And even surgery. And I play golf with some great surgeons. I refer for surgery when we have cases that are too far. And I mean, it's still, your body has to heal. And that's why, every surgery may not work exactly how it should. And some of them work so great and some of them don't. Your body still has to be in a healing capacity from the inside out, as Renee said, in order to recover.
Mm-hmm. So look, you had something else?
I mean, well, I was about to say, is there any condition to where chiropractor is a threat?
No, what happens is, and as a doctor, we all have our protocol, whether you go to your dentist and he looks at a certain area and has to send you to an oral surgeon, or the dentist can handle it, or the chiropractor looks at a condition and an MRI where the disc may be ruptured and they need surgery. And that's why I said, I play golf with some great surgeons, and I refer to surgeons all the time when I need to. And that's why it's a collaborative medicine approach.
Mm-hmm.
With Dr. Glass and staff, we have a collaborative medicine approach. And that's why I have a direct connection with the medical association. And, these are mainly the doctors in other fields, orthopedic, cardiology, dermatology. But I'm proud to say, most of my doctors I refer to look just like me.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can relate and certain on a different
Right,
level
right.
too when you
Yes.
you know. And I like you said surgery when necessary, only when. And sometimes I think we may get a little nervous with going to the doctor if we feel something is going on with us because we think they're going to immediately say, hey, surgery. But as you just explained to us, chiropractors are not that way.
Yeah.
It's you guys don't even push the
No.
pharmaceutical part of it. So
Get your screenings. The key
Yeah.
is get your screenings. If you feel something that's musculoskeletal, you can go directly into the chiropractor. Most insurances will honor that. Just
Okay.
like I was looking at Rob's insurance card. He doesn't need a referral from his primary care
Okay.
doctor. I can always call his PCP or send a report to his primary care afterward, but I'll make the initial assessment. If it's an assessment, if it's a symptom, that's neuromusculoskeletal. Now, if it's something else, and of course, chiropractors are trained to do a thorough examination to see if it's something else, then we can send the patient to the designated referral.
So before we get into this next segment, my tax lady wanted me to ask you a question.
Okay.
And it's nothing. Y'all probably got it because it's right around it. But she just was wondering about why primary care doctors don't refer their patients to chiropractors instead of therapists.
Well, that's not true. I'm part of the Detroit Medical Society, which is our major medical association, and it's actually the association where most of the doctors look like me, but and it's not exclusively black. But so I get a lot of referrals from the primary care doctors, and see, things have changed now. I've been in practice for over 40 years. When I first started out, I worked at a clinic that was all Caucasian clinic. When I first matriculated out, I hadn't bought the building, hadn't opened up my own practice. I was the first black employee at this clinic out in Farmington Hills, and so it's a little interesting story. My dad, being part of the medical association for the years and running hospitals and everything, this clinic was right next to an orthopedic surgeon's clinic, this big chiropractic office next to orthopedic surgeon's clinic. So here comes young Dr. Glass in, first black doctor. He had 4 doctors working, had busy clinic. So I started getting referrals from orthopedic surgeon, but an orthopedic surgeon that looked like me, that knew my dad. Surgeon didn't know much about chiropractic, but said, okay, well, young Dr. Glass will send some patients to him. The owner of the clinic I was at had never gotten a referral from the clinic next door that looked like him. So it was very interesting for that mindset. And then I stayed and gained some experience with that clinic for a while, and then, opened up my own clinic and was able to capitalize on the referrals that I was establishing and getting from the medical community. So, traditionally, some of the medical doctors would just refer for only therapy, would not refer to the chiropractor, but that is changing now that they're becoming more comfortable with another doctor, licensed doctor in this field, in my particular field, that can handle and take care of their patients correctly.
Man.
I want to give out my number again. Call
Yes.
Glass Chiropractic. This is Dr. Herman Glass. 313 area code 533-2225, 533-2225. Mention Rob's show, and let's get something going for you.
Appreciate it,
Yeah, man, we
Very
appreciate you.
important.
I'm gonna have
Yes,
them
thank
put that on
you.
the screen too. So,
Yeah.
hey, Doc, this part. This is finna shift.
Nah, it is, Doc.
Let's finish it.
Welcome
to the show.
I know you didn't just have a medical show, so I know you have a lot of social discussions and social media
You'll
stuff.
stick around and talk and
Oh
kick
yeah,
with
yeah. I enjoy stuff like that.
But this
I'm,
right
now.
I'm a little old, but I can hang with you young folks.
All right, Doc, let us know. That's right. Don't say you did.
All right, this right here segment is called Kicking It with Rod, breaking news with the fabulous Renee.
You can take that.
Right, Tony not here. She not here.
Thank you,
back
Rob.
you up.
Right. Okay, so look, I don't know if you guys have seen this in social media yet going around. Her name is Carlisa, Blueface's mom. She went live, and she was on live talking about she was going to start her OnlyFans. She wanted to get a trainer. She wanted to get her body ready to transform her body as a gift for who? Blueface. So she was talking, and Blueface is her son. So she thought it'd be real cool for his birthday to start her OnlyFans. So she was looking for a trainer. She goes back and forth a lot talking about his kids' mothers, and they have a back and forth relationship that's kind of toxic. I really feel that she is the reason for a lot of the reason. I don't want to just put it solely on her, but I feel like she plays a big part in his disrespect for women. Because the things that she does on live, she goes on, like, why would you say for your son's birthday, you're going to start an OnlyFans, and you keep talking about you need a trainer so you can get your body together to transform your body.
This is mama?
This is his mother.
This is sick.
And she looks good. She's a beautiful woman too, by the way. Like,
But why are you doing it for his birthday?
right.
That sounds weird. So Doc, I don't know if you're familiar who Blueface is. So Blueface is a rapper, and he got a baby mama now, but they was on the internet beating each other up and all this stuff. And I think he's locked up now, right?
No, he out.
Oh, he got out?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
His mother is his mother. She is as bad as he is. His mother also goes on live and she'll say things about personal business. And when they had the baby, the with Krishan, he said the mother goes on to say she didn't think that the baby she thought they might have been cousins. And why are you saying this on live? And she's saying this as she's driving in the car, and the person that's in the car with her is saying, like, chill. Like, come on now, don't do that.
I know in your time this was not even in there. I know this was something you don't even think was possible, but...
Well, I got 4 grandkids, and my youngest grandchild is 19, so I can relate to some of this.
Okay, now.
That's why I've heard Blueface through the
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is his mother. Can you imagine? This is his mother doing this.
But you're doing it for you. I don't understand.
But, look, in my opinion, I believe, I'm sorry, but I believe moms who was left to raise the kids, the sons. Now, he's successful from rapping, but anybody can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But this is probably the reason why I don't know.
He's so messed up.
Yeah, he's so messed up.
I would agree, because she definitely is not an example of a mother. I don't feel you supposed to go on live airing out your son's dirty laundry. Why would you even say that you're gonna start an OnlyFans as a birthday gift? Did I put that part out there?
Yeah.
She said as a gift to her son. It's just all weird and twisted, and so I feel like she's part of the reason. What? Yeah.
I'm just trying to say, how is that a gift?
That's
to him?
embarrassing.
Right.
My mama got OnlyFans for my birthday.
Yeah.
And she's 40. So
Yeah.
How old is his mom?
Probably 40s.
What she look like?
She looks
Nah,
nice. She's a nice looking woman too, and that's the best. And then the icing on the cake. Why is she married? She has a husband.
No, she been married this whole time?
She has a husband. Yeah.
No. Did she take a picture in the bathroom and was sending it to her husband or something like that?
I don't know. I didn't see that one, but yeah, she's married.
She just probably trying to get some attention.
The internet people.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
internet.
and I think that she probably was doing that too to troll him, to troll Blueface, to get some attention out of him. But
Right.
so that's that with the toxic mama. This one right here. We all know what happened with Diddy, right? We done seen it all through social media about the sexual assault allegations.
That's bad.
He need a chiropractor.
Yeah. Stat, okay. But we saw that immediately when Cassie filed the lawsuit, that immediately got settled, right?
Yeah.
Well, I was looking the other day, and I saw this attorney. I believe her name was Ashley Simmons, and Ashley, if I'm saying your name wrong, apologies. Or Raven Simmons, but she had broken down as to why that settlement happened so fast, and Cassie lawyers were on point. They were not just suing Diddy, but they came for the corporation.
Yep.
So that's why all of these people immediately, first of all, the settlement happened so quickly because if I'm understanding it correctly, it was two policies, directors and directors and officers liability, and then you have your corporation's insurance liability. And so Cassie's lawyers filed the suit under an employee, and so it hit him on both. And so now he's losing those endorsed or partnerships with
That's
those
why he
businesses.
resigned as
That's why
president of the
and that's why he's stepping down.
Yeah.
So if he has anything left for his children, whatever he has left, he has gonna have to walk away because they're gonna take everything. And then now there's like a third accuser that's saying that he abused them as well. So Diddy, you in trouble, buddy.
Yeah.
And Cassie definitely, she hit him hard.
Her attorneys weren't playing.
Yeah, she was not playing.
Her attorneys.
Yeah,
weren't
I've been
playing.
looking at interviews on the internet, and it's a lot of people. One of his artists was on there talking about him, his old bodyguard, talking about him. They doing him like they were doing R. Kelly.
Yeah.
But
I got a little bit of problem with that though, because
why
and
you
the
just
problem-
not saying something?
But and then I know everybody, you getting a check, and then I know
was about to say
sometimes
financial gain.
yeah, but it makes me look at you so strange when now you're going to go on an interview and you're going to get paid more money to talk about what you knew was happening to this person who was being abused. Like, I don't want to hear from you unless I don't know. I just feel a way when people all come and they want to tell their side of the story because you get paid for interviews.
Because I think that Me Too community strong.
Yeah.
Like when one person come out, here come everybody else. You know what I'm saying? When they come in,
Me
they come
too.
hard with, huh?
No, I'm just saying me too. I just realized what it meant. Me too.
Yeah. So I feel like when Casey came out, whoever else was in that load, they just hit it too. Especially when they found out she settled and won, they came right behind her.
Yeah, so he in trouble, but so that's it, y'all. That's y'all kicking it with Rob News with y'all girl Renee.
Right.
Dope. Well, look. So before we get out of here, I want to mention
I
something.
do want to make a presentation to Rob for having me here. I've got a little gift for you from my clinic. It's one of our big posture support pillows. And this is what we use for patients with stress in the neck, shoulder.
I need that.
Right. Yeah.
And
For
he
real.
works
I mean, let
hard.
me borrow
but,
that.
he invited me here, and I just wanted to bring something for the host. So take this home from Glass Chiropractic, and thank you very much.
Oh,
Man,
that was
I
nice.
appreciate it.
Aw,
I need
yay.
it. What I'm about to say, you don't know why I need it. I appreciate that. But appreciate that. But so people, y'all might have seen it on Facebook, seen me mention it, that I was going through some stress and depression. Something I didn't even know was going on. It just happened. I mean, symptoms coming out of nowhere. I'm sad, headaches, rashes. I was just messed up. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to get y'all views on how people really don't understand what men go through, how much pressure it is on a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think a lot of people understand or realize that, or they just don't give a damn, one of the two. You know what I'm saying? But that stuff real. And like I say, I was holding so much stuff in because, when you a man, you don't supposed to
That's
show
what they
any
say.
Yeah.
infection or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hide your
Or
emotions. Hide your
Yeah,
emotions.
man.
Your
You
emotions.
suppress so much.
Yeah.
But what's it called? Sad. What's the sad?
Sad. What's that? Seasonal.
Seasonal affective
Yeah,
disorder.
disorder. Right.
Yeah.
That could be going on, but I don't think that was what was going on with me.
Mm.
But yeah, that's going on a lot too. So that just gave me the stress pill I needed. But I just wanted people to be aware of the sad and how y'all feel they should you can't even help nobody. I don't even think you can get nobody no advice for that.
I'm glad you said something that you recognize something was off with you. I can relate to that. And I think that that's what we have to do, pay attention to yourself. Because sometimes, like you said, for some people during this season, it is depressing for some people and some people because what we're going through in the world right now are just depressed and stressed. So it's a good thing that you recognize it. And sometimes you have to take it and say, hey, I need some help. And, reach out to somebody that you trust to get some help so that way you can get in a healthier headspace because you can't do anything if your head is foggy and you're stressed out.
I think that's the reason why a lot of men suffer from like sicknesses and stuff. Man, you get depressed and you start stressing and that brings out your sicknesses. You don't want to acknowledge it. You don't want to bring it to the forefront that you do need help. Most people are pride. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a prideful man. It's kind of hard for me to admit when I'm going through something, but after a while it begins to be too much. You know what I'm saying? So to have an outlet, to have somewhere where you can, release and kind of like just get a new relief mentally, especially mentally, you will crash out. But men don't, like you said, we kind of like get used to holding it in because we the backbones of the household and, of kind of like wherever we at in our families. But I feel like it's important to kind of like get some mental relief, man. You got to find and talk to somebody.
Again, I don't want to turn it back into a medical show, but use your primary care doctor because they have referrals for stress relief. I mean, we do a lot of stress relief physically with chiropractic care, Glass Chiropractic, but if you have some mental problems also, your primary care doctor usually has a good psychologist or psychiatrist, and even, I know some also that I refer to with patients who have a lot of mental stress. And that really helps to get somebody professionally to talk to help, with problems in a professional way.
Because I'm trying to get to 70 and look like you, man. I'm trying to be.
Right, yeah, you
know
look
what I'm saying?
good.
I'm trying to make it to 70. I'm
yes.
a young boy, you know what I'm saying?
Why do you, since I'm sitting here with three men, why do you guys think that it is so hard do you think that people or women will not allow you to let us know when you guys are overwhelmed with life?
I think most women would consider you weak.
I would about to say most people don't care.
I hate that because, y'all know me, and I'm knuckle up for y'all, because I understand, especially us, you guys are very necessary for us. So I hate to hear that because it's a lot of women that do care. It's a lot of us that, we understand that you have to be healthy because who's going to protect us if you guys are not together. So we definitely want to make sure we create a space, ladies. Let's create a space.
Because what happens is when you do open up, right? Let's say you do open up and you do seek help from your mate, from somebody internal, right? And they don't care. It's more so of a talking to a wall. Well, what you think I'm about to do now? I'm not going to tell you anything. I didn't get no comfort. I didn't get nothing from you by coming to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's what I'm going through just sat on deaf ears talking to you.
It's like, well, rent due.
You know what I'm saying? Really, I'm trying to tell you, don't nobody care. And that's why we just keep it to ourselves or we, find other ways to deal with it. But it's just like that.
That's why we got to take Dr. Glass' advice too. Because if we feel that there is nobody that cares, we have to seek out some professional help.
Right.
Because we have to feel that we have someone, and we have to have something to hold on to in order for us
I got
to keep
insurance,
going.
Doc, so I'm coming to you.
That's right.
we'll take care of it.
Yeah,
I got insurance. I'm coming over there to
We've
Glass.
got good herbal medicine to help with stress also.
You know what I'm saying?
If you need
I'm
beyond
coming over
that,
there.
we have other referrals. We've got a plethora of doctors that are good doctors. I've been around over 40 years, so I know the good doctors.
Well, man, appreciate you coming, Doc.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
It, man. This was interesting. The people out there, y'all got some information. I'm going to put his phone number, the promo code. Y'all heard him. He said you mentioned Kicking It with Rob. Hey, look out for you. You know what I'm saying? So until next time, and it will be a next time. Peace.
Let me talk my S-S-H-H-I-T. Kick it with my kickin'.